welcome everybody to another edition of Live Out Loud podcast. I'm Scott.
I'm Gary with a mustache. That last picture, I had no mustache.
You had no mustache.
I had no mustache on that last picture.
I think we can move along and start calling it what it really is, which is a lip brow.
Lip brow. What's lip brow?
Well,
a lip brow?
This is an eyebrow. This is a lip brow.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. You know, we have 10 people on already. Lance and D are with us. Yay,
Wow.
Lance and D. Thank you, Lance and D, for
Janet's
being
with
here.
us, and Janet
I'm
says
so
hi.
glad you are.
Hello, Janet.
Felix, Janet.
My friend Scott Ricard is on. Hi, Scott and Gary. All right.
David, of course. David and Edie are with us.
Okay. Wow.
And yeah, thank you, everyone.
So
for,
wait a minute,
for being
Gary.
here at the very beginning.
Gary,
Felix comes to see us at Gillespie's. Huh?
For you to know this means you had everything up and running beforehand.
Yeah, and it wasn't
Which
easy.
normally it's 10 minutes in before you figure out where the Facebook page is.
Well, yeah, everything is up and running. I have my phone on, and I have the everything is up and running.
Mom is giving us a shout out there. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Hi, Karen.
Karen's giving us a hi, guys.
Bruce Davies.
Felix is giving us a hi, guys. And Janet's talking to other people, Edie and
Catherine.
David. Wow.
Hey.
All right. Oh, Catherine. Catherine, is it okay if I share with you your milestone? Is it okay if I share with everybody? Just say yes if I'm allowed to share your milestone on the show, because I'm really so proud of you.
We love milestones.
I want to share it if we can. But it's up to her if we are allowed to do that or not.
Milestones are good.
Yeah, because, you know, when people get a sex change, you always have to ask them if it's okay to talk about it. Oh, hey there, David. Thanks for kicking in and joining us. Guys, I know it feels like it's been forever. We had to take like a week off. We just had some scheduling things going on.
Right. I had a 3-dog night show, so I got to blame myself on that. Hi, Diane.
Okay. Catherine is saying, love the lip brow. She likes the idea of the lip brow. And she says, absolutely, I could share. She just celebrated a year clean and sober.
Outstanding.
And
yay,
she's
Catherine.
She's like one of my favorite people. She's got the most gorgeous voice, Gary. We've got to get her. I got to get her out to Gillespie's to sing with you guys one night. She's so good. So incredible. Diane is sending a shout out. Lance,
you just caught the 2 Alabama escapees in Evansville, in about 10 miles from our house. There were escapees.
We just caught, the escapees from Evansville, Indiana. We just caught them. Lance, you and your wife went out and caught them. Good for you, brother.
I can see the escapees running into Lance and doing this.
Big guy, huh?
I give up.
He's a big guy?
I give up, yep. And then D kicked their ass.
Mom is sending out Catherine. This is my mom sending out congratulations to you, Catherine. So proud of you, darling. That's so good. Gary, so like I said, it's been a couple of weeks. You've been busy, and you've been doing gigs here and there. Always got your Wednesday night at Gillespie's, which is always fun. And I'm actually not doing a show this week. Every other Wednesday I do He Said, She Said, which I had a special guest fill in because my other host was sick. So I had a special fill-in guest. Guess who did the show with me?
I don't know, but, I saw the very beginning of it.
Okay.
I saw the very beginning of it. Oh, the police did the job. The police caught him.
Yeah.
Who?
Catherine says, you guys are amazing. Making me blush over here. Thank you. Oh, we love you, Catherine. You're awesome, darling.
That's hey.
No, the escapee is 6'9". Oh my God.
That's still that
escape from Alabama.
That's
so
still
Lance
a dwarf next to Lance.
Excellent. Oh, so Therese was listening to my show and realized I was in trouble without a host. And I sent her a login and she joined me and we did the He Said, She Said show together.
She did that's outstanding.
And speaking of Therese, there she is. Woot, woot, right there. Gary, I got to tell you, she killed it. She killed it. It was so amazing. We're definitely going to be doing more shows together. We're actually talking about doing a show called The X's, where we talk about things from different perspectives and stuff. It is fantastic. Fantastic. So we just had a lot of fun. So I want to thank Therese again for just stepping up to the plate and really saving my ass and having fun. Wow, just a great time.
You know what I did? I was playing on Wednesday, and Herman, who is one of the waiters on at Galuppi's, one of the servers, he showed me that you were on the air.
Oh,
So
well, thank you, Herman.
So I called you.
Yeah.
Thinking maybe you.
Oh, that's right. You
just
were
might
trying to
answer
call
your
in.
phone.
I could
I was
not pick
trying
up
to
my
call in.
phone because I don't do that thing that you do where you pick up your phone and hold it to the microphone.
Yeah,
I don't do that. Bruce is saying congratulations to Catherine. Terry, hey, Terry, saying hi, guys. And Janet likes the idea of the X's. So who's this guy now at Galuppi's who's watching it?
Herman.
So
Yeah.
everybody who had Herman as a waiter last Wednesday and your soup was cold when you got it, it's my fault. I apologize. But I'm not paying for it. All right.
I heard there was this one guy that that was talking to Herman. He said, Herman, taste my soup. He said, is it cold? He says, taste my soup. He says, well, is it too hot? He says, taste my soup. He says, is it too creamy? What's the problem? He says, just taste my soup. He says, all right, where's your spoon? And the guy goes, aha. There we go.
What's this fly doing in my soup?
Joke.
Waiter, what's this fly doing in my soup?
The backstroke.
There you go.
Starting off with a joke, folks. Starting off with a clean one.
Teresa's saying it was a good time, and I agree. We had a great time, and she actually has some serious chops. I think she's been listening to enough of those true crime podcasts that she picked up some pointers because she was killing it. All right.
Oh, good.
The both of you are glowing. We're both glowing, Gary.
That's because we're.
Are you pregnant?
No, but I can turn off my glow. There you go.
No, don't do that. That's
I look much better in the dark.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing a witness protection program interview here.
Thank you very much for joining me. I just want to tell you a little bit more about what's going on today.
Who did the thing with the two guys in the place with the thing and the guys?
That was me. That was me.
Excellent. So real quick, all right, let's see. Oh, this is perfect. Perfect lead-in. Catherine says, thank you, everyone. I'm so happy. Recovery is an amazing thing.
Scott, tell us about recovery.
I'm going to tell you about recovery. I want to tell you that.
Tell us.
Recovery is not only an amazing thing. Recovery is the only thing.
That's why we're here.
When you are down and out, when you are struggling. Now, recovery can mean a whole lot of things. And wait a minute. What is on your cup? Who is that?
That's my daughter.
She's trying to eat her cat.
Well, she's a starving artist.
It looks nice. That was good.
She likes Chinese food.
Oh, now you crossed the line. You crossed the line. You saw it. You jumped right over it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to this. Recovery is the only thing. If somebody is suffering addiction, alcoholism, mental health disorder, something, if you're suffering from something like that, you need to get help right away. The world is just such a messed up place. We're losing people left and right. Gary and I could tell you stories of people that we have just fallen in love with over the years, trying to help them. And then next thing we do, we find out we've lost them. And it's too many to count, and it's too many to stand. We should not put up with it. If you or somebody you know needs help, you need to definitely give us a call at Addiction Training Center, 786-514-0893. Or maybe you're in recovery. Maybe you just want to get more involved. Maybe you want to take one of our trainings to become a certified event interventionist. This is where you can go out and help other people. Get the training you need so that when somebody you know needs help, or somebody in your circle or at your workplace or somewhere needs assistance, you know what to do, you know what to say. This is what that training is all about. We want to help you at Addiction Training Center. So please, atceducation.com. You can learn more about us, but definitely call. You can call and talk to Karen. Gary, tell them how wonderful Karen is.
Karen is the recovery guru. She has a heart of gold. She has a mind that is a recovery encyclopedia, and she is as sweet as a person can be.
Oh,
She is.
that's
I mean,
perfect.
and she knows exactly what to do for you and where you should go. Hello, David. She is. She's a whiz. She really is.
She is, and again, we just can't wait. I got to tell you right now, everybody knows that my mother's children, or my children's mother, my mother's children, my children's mother, my ex, lost her life in her struggle with addiction. A couple of my kids were struggling with the same thing, and I'm pleased to say, as I sit here today, um, I've got I got two beautiful kids, three total, but two of them are beautiful. But all three of my children are doing well today,
Yeah.
including I've got like the normal daughter, then I got a daughter with addiction and a son with addiction. And my two children with addiction have decided to address their issues, and they are both clean and sober today and doing well. And this is the first time I could say that my family is on a healthy track, all of us working together and being together for the first time in 30 years.
Outstanding.
So it is just amazing. It is incredible. And
It
so
can
that's
happen.
why.
It
That's why
can
I
happen.
celebrate when I see somebody like Catherine who comes through, and I meet her, and I see so much potential in just the beauty in her voice and in her character, and I see her taking it out there and just being loving recovery and having fun with her life. That means the world to me. So, Catherine, I thank you for sharing your gift with all of us, sharing your recovery, and if somebody out there needs help, please. That's why we do this show. We also do the show because we love you guys. I mean, the bottom line, we love you guys. We love hanging out with you guys. And where else are we going to be able to like just talk and nobody can stop us?
And we do appreciate you coming in and seeing us, tuning in. I mean, Donna's with us. Donna is somebody who used to watch Pearl. But Janet, David, Edie, Diane, Jeannie,
Bad,
of
bad
course.
Gary.
And
What
there
did you
is
say that was
Tammy.
bad? What did you say that was bad?
What did I say that was bad?
Karen said bad, Gary. You said something bad. It was a minute ago, though. So, okay.
I don't know.
Janet's saying she does not miss alcohol. That's excellent.
Tammy says that Cordy has the best personality. So glad she's doing well.
Oh, Tammy, thank you. Cordy's my daughter.
And we got the announcement in the mail.
You did get the invitation.
Yes, we did.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yes, we did.
How wonderful. Maybe I don't know if you'll be able to make it up there, but maybe we'll do something I could bring up there to them, like a little video or something.
Yeah, we'll try to make it up there.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Cordy's best. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Oh, she's upset about you talking about the cat eating the cat in Chinese food.
Oh,
she's the cat lady. Remember, she's one of the cat ladies.
Who is it that said that?
Karen.
Oh, Karen.
Yeah. It's one of the cat ladies. I was talking about on this show, I wanted to talk a little bit about things that you should not do or you can't do. Go ahead.
Yeah, like mention cats and Chinese food. Karen, I got to tell you, I am a cat person too. I love cats. I wish I didn't.
Wait.
Have
Better
to give
than
away my
dogs?
cats. Better than dogs.
See, that's not right.
I can't help it. I love a cat, a dog. A dog's great. Dogs are great. I had many dogs in my life, but I think a cat is the coolest thing.
Why? What do they do? What is it about a cat? We had this discussion, I think, 3 years ago on one of our shows. I don't mind revisiting it.
I'll tell you right now.
Tell me something that a cat is better than a dog.
Keeps to itself. Can have fun doing nothing. A cat has magical powers. Like I was driving down the street one day. I saw a cat run across the street. The tire had clipped the back paw of the cat. And then I saw the cat just turn around, lick its paw, right? And when I turned around to see if the cat was okay, it took off, ran away. It's got this magic tongue that heals things. I saw a cat run into a sliding glass door, licked itself, and was fine. Cats are they're just cool. except for the fact
Donna
that they,
says they're too independent. And I'll agree with that. They're a little too, I will do my thing. You're here to serve me. Dogs are like, what can I do to make you happy? And cats are like, hey, you're going to scratch me when I want you to scratch me. And when I don't want you to, I mean, these, I don't know. I just don't get it.
That was very well said.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, the cat will
Cat's
always go in the
got my
litter
tongue.
box.
Cat's got my tongue.
The cat will always go in the litter box. And Tammy right now is at a house where she's dog sitting. And when she gets to the house, she finds little places of urine all over the carpet at different spots of the carpet. And then she lets the dogs out and they hang around with her. They don't go. They wait until she leaves. They find a nice spot in the carpet and then they urinate.
Well, these are obviously very special dogs.
Yeah.
Like there's something not right with them.
They were delivered. Yeah, they were delivered in a little yellow bus.
Like somebody in the litter knew somebody in the litter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's something wrong with them.
I'm telling you, both of the dogs.
No, I love dogs. I love dogs. I do. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I don't.
Dogs are great.
I'm not a big animal person altogether. But if I had to choose between a cat and a dog, I would choose the dog. Although I don't mind cats as much as I used to. I still just. Tammy says, Tammy's saying, but they're so cute.
That's right. They're adorable, especially when you're soaking up their urine. Adorable.
What are they? The little tiny ones, like the little chihuahuas?
Yeah. Which is great for protection because let's say somebody breaks into your house when you're not at home, and the thief is walking through the house, and all of a sudden he steps in a puddle of urine, and he goes, "Wait a minute, I think somebody's home." And out they go.
Well, dogs do get pissed when you leave them. Teresa's saying that she's sharing that. If you leave a dog, they do get pissed, and then apparently they do piss.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, cats. You could leave them for 6 weeks, and they wouldn't even know you were gone. Dogs. If you walked out the door to go get the mail, you came back. It was like you're returning from the Ozarks, right? You're coming. Where have you been, man? Dude.
Right.
Drool and everything, and
Yeah.
But anyway, I like the enthusiasm.
Hey, dogs are very cool. I like dogs. I've had many dogs in my life. I had a great dog that I had to put down at one time. I loved my dog. If I can get a pet right now, it would be a cat or a turtle.
I'm a dog person. My sisters are cat gals. Okay. All right.
Cat gals. Hey, Thomas. Thomas is on. Wow, right. We're getting a lot of people. It's nice to see everybody.
I'm glad everybody's joining in. So, Gary.
Yes. Things that we shouldn't do.
It's kind of a combination of things you shouldn't do and things that you can't do. And one thing I have discovered is you cannot throw away a trash can. I have been trying to throw away a trash can now for weeks.
And they just leave it out there, right?
It out with the trash. It is empty. It is broken. It is on its side next to the regular trash can. And they leave it. They'll take everything else, but they'll leave it. I even wrote trash on it. But apparently that did not help.
Well, that's because they probably looked at it and said, this guy thinks we're idiots.
Natalie and Tommy.
Of course we know it's trash. It's trash.
They got to know it's well, yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. What else are you going to put in there, Yeah, but you can't throw away a trash can. It's like trying to throw away a boomerang.
It just keeps coming back.
It just keeps coming back. It's like trying to get out of a bad relationship. No, no, but it's just one of those things, and it was driving me nuts. It's like you just can't do it. You know what else you can't do?
What can't you do?
You can go to MIT. You can have your master's in aerospace engineering, computer science, and everything else. You still can't put the USB port in the computer the right way, the right time once. You can't just do it once and do it. You got to flip it 3 times before it goes in. We talked about this 100 times. I'm just saying these are things you can't do. Did it go in the first time?
No, it didn't. I turned it upside down or right side up, and it still didn't go in. And then I turned it around again. 3 times it did it. You're absolutely right.
And it's like it only has 2 sides. It should only have to be turned it once, it goes in. It never does. It's something magical about it.
Yeah, every once in a while somebody will get lucky, and I'm sure somebody will say, "Oh, well, that I've been able to do it." Yeah, you're able to do it, but but of course on TV and in movies goes right in.
You never see Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible hanging from a wire saying, "Son of a bitch, that's the wrong way. Son of a bitch, it's still the wrong way." You
Right.
never see that.
Right,
But that's
right.
the reality of the world. I don't understand the design and how that makes sense. All they got to do is simple. US, you put US on the top of it, which means up, stupid, and that's what goes up when you put it in. Oh,
Yeah.
This is Debbie, my friend Debbie, who's got this great show on Wednesday nights. It's called Find It. And she's all about looking for ways to improve yourself and doing great things. Wednesday nights, check it out. I'll be sharing her information on her shows coming. But Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock, she's fantastic. Debbie, thanks for joining us here today. So those are some things that I figured out you just can't do. You also, something else you can't do. You can't wake up in the middle of the night with a leg cramp.
With a what?
With a leg cramp. And you don't, there's no way to tell which way to move your foot. You just don't know. Do you ever wake up and have a cramp in your calf?
Yeah.
And you just don't know if you should put pressure on your foot or bend your foot forward or backwards. It's like, it seems like it should be the same answer every time, but every time it's different.
Okay.
I give up trying to find you live on Facebook. Okay. Well, we're live on Facebook on Live Out Loud Podcast, the Facebook page. So that's where we are.
Didn't she just text us? So that must mean she's on, right?
She's on the YouTube channel.
Oh, she's on YouTube. Oh, I sent you the link, Terry.
Yeah, Terry is on Live Out Loud Podcast. It's also on Addiction Training Center Facebook page.
Well, if anybody can find it, she can.
Yes. Drink water for leg cramps. Yeah, you can't get to the water. When you have a leg cramp, you can't get to water. You just, but that moment when you're just like, the minute you start to move your toes, you're screwed. The minute you start to move your foot, it's going to get worse. And you just don't know if you should go up or down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's all I'm saying. There's just no way to know that. Yeah. Debbie understands. She says, yes, ouch. And can't get you. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, Terry, we're going to have to figure out what's going on with you, why you can't get us on Facebook. But beyond that, we'll figure it out. But you are on YouTube, so good.
So hi, right. Terry.
Hi, Terry. All right. Put water by your bed. Well, sleep in a water bed. You'll never get a cramp again.
You know what else you can't do?
What?
You can't go to a fast food store, a fast food restaurant, and get out of there within 15 minutes. That's a thing of the past.
I know.
A thing of the past, folks.
And they've even automated some of it now. Mm-hmm. Now, I haven't gone to McDonald's in an age. I think the last time I went there was to get coffee and a breakfast sandwich. But they now have this where you order, they have this kiosk. So they got these people with these blank expressions on their face staring at you with their funny uniforms. Mm-hmm. And they're staring at you. And you come up to them and they're like, they point you and you have to go to the kiosk and put your order in there. And then you pay for it there. And then you walk up and wait. And wait.
Yeah.
And wait.
And wait. And drive-through is ridiculous.
Oh, no.
Drive-through is ridiculous. Now, I just recently saw The Founder, the movie The Founder, all about, how McDonald's grew, right?
Oh, about Ray Kroc. Was that the one with what's his name in it?
Michael
Keaton.
Batman. Michael Keaton, right? Michael Batman. I'm Batman. And they said that what they would do is they've timed it so that you can order your meal and have it in 35 seconds.
Yeah. No, not now.
Right.
Not now.
Now it takes 35 seconds for them to say, "Thank you for coming to McDonald's. What can we order? What would you like to order?"
I think it's because it takes too long to put the food coloring into everything and make it look like real food. I don't know.
Man, let me tell you, going to McDonald's is now a total drag. It
It's
used
just
to be fun.
it used to. Well, yeah. Well, we also used to be young. You know, you and I go to McDonald's now. We may as well just just inject shit right into our arteries. You know.
The last time I went to a McDonald's, I was young, and then I got my food when I was old.
Now Donna's saying in Belvedere, Tennessee, there's still no lines for sure. Okay. Well, maybe they're still doing old school.
Well, maybe that's because there's only 3 people there.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's so wrong. You can't insult people like that. You can just insulted all 3 of those people.
No, they're the ones that.
And Gary always orders extra cheese. No, he does not. I know for a fact
She
Gary
knows
does not
me
like
well.
cheese on anything. What is it with no cheese on a burger? What happened to you?
I don't like
Were
cheese
you
on
traumatized
anything,
as a
except for-
child by a cheese chef or something?
No, I was attacked by a giant mouse. No, no, I don't like cheese on anything but pizza, and I'll eat an occasional quesadilla.
Okay, an occasional quesadilla.
An occasional quesadilla.
What's in an occasional quesadilla?
Cheese.
Just
No, for
Janice
some
says she
reason, there's
misses-
so much stuff in there that you can't really taste the cheese.
Janice says she misses White Castle, which I never understood the attraction of tiny burgers.
The very first sliders.
I know, but even sliders, I don't get the attraction of them.
I
There's
don't
not
know
enough
what-
meat in them to make them worth eating, you know?
I don't know why they tasted so good, but they were. They were really good.
Terry wants
They
to know
were good.
if you'll eat cheesecake.
Royal Castle is the same thing. Will I eat cheesecake? Yeah, I'll eat cheesecake. I'll eat tiramisu.
Yeah, well, tiramisu is not cheese.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is?
Mascarpone. Mascarpone is cheese.
Mascarpone. Listen to you.
Mascarpone.
Listen to Chef
Mascarpone.
Gordon Ramsay. Wow.
Mascarpone. Bam! You like
You're
that?
letting your inner Julia Child out there. Mascarpone.
Mascarpone cheese is in tiramisu.
I thought that was what Al Capone wore when he tried to rob places. The mascarpone.
A mascarpone. Well, that was quick.
Yeah, well. Royal Castle, was that the same as White Castle?
Royal Castle have the same burgers.
Yeah, like
They're the
could you
same
get
kind of
closer to
burgers.
the name? That's like McDonald's and McDougal's. Come on.
Yeah, right.
Just don't do that. Just don't do. Listen, I don't even, fast food restaurants now. It's like I used to like Taco Bell. And then it's like you can't even identify what that stuff is. What do they call that there? Oh yeah, they call it meat. But I can't but I can't really identify what it really is. Because it doesn't have the same texture as anything.
Yeah. Well, I think Taco Vivo was the same thing, but it was a little bit better. And they went out of business.
All right. See, you know what else? What else people can't do or should not do? Try to stay on one subject because we fail at it miserably every time. We don't stay on one subject. I forgot what we started the show about. Now we're talking about Taco Viva. Taco Viva. I miss Taco Bell. My favorite. Donna says.
I just got done changing my 12-string guitar, and it was just like major surgery putting those 12 strings. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I change the subject?
Oh my God. I was waiting for something important to come out there. I should have known better.
No, there was nothing important. It was just verifying what you said. That's all.
Oh man. Oh man. You know what? I also, I gotta tell you, I was watching football the other day. The true story. I was watching football the other day. I thought I was starting to get in shape again. Turns out I am not. I am not. Because I was watching football and this guy, I stood up to go to the fridge, get something to drink, and come back to the sofa. And while I did that, a guy ran 100 yards. Okay, now just think about this.
Oh, your timing is excellent.
I walked about 4 yards.
Right.
About 4 yards. Didn't even have an ottoman in my way or anything. Just a straight 4 yards. This guy ran 100 yards with 9 other guys trying to stop him, and he still beat me by a mile.
Well, let me tell you something.
I'm really out of shape. That's what I'm thinking.
Let me tell you something. If you had 9 guys chasing you to get something to drink, you'd have been back a lot quicker.
Yes.
You
Well,
know,
maybe.
you have 9 guys chasing you, you're going to go faster.
I got 9 guys chasing me in my living room. I got bigger problems than what I'm going to get out of my fridge. I'm going to tell you right now.
At that time, you needed the mascarpone.
Yes, I needed it. Yes. It was just brought up that the news that Pat Benatar,
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, baby.
is going into a Hall of Fame, and they will accept Neil Gerardo, her husband, as being together, as the 2 of them are going in together.
Oh, of course. He's a writer. He produced the stuff. He's great. That's Terry's friend. Terry's going to see him again.
But they had talked to him before about her going into the Hall of Fame. She said she would not do it unless he was part of it. And they gave her a hard time about it, apparently. Now they're saying, okay, of course.
Oh, they're all assholes at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They get, they don't know what they're doing.
No, they don't.
Debbie says, maybe you just need people chasing you to the fridge. That's what I said. I'm going to hire people
to chase
me to the fridge. That's what I'm going to do.
That's what I said. Hi,
get
Tammy.
my workout in. Oh, I'm trying to eat healthy now, though. So we talk about all this like fast food. I'm starting to feel a little yucky.
Oh, yeah, you getting hungry?
No, I feel yucky. I feel like greasy.
Yeah, no, Terry is going to see Pat Benatar again. You know, we met Pat Benatar with Terry. She made these diamond portraits of them when they first got married and their anniversary picture. And she became friends with them. And she got in touch with them, and now she's going to see them again on the 22nd. She was going to get in touch with you to see if you wanted to go.
Yeah, I think I would go. You want to go? Wait, 22nd of what?
This month.
That would be May. This month.
It
Why don't
would
you just
be.
say May? This month. Yeah, I'd be interested.
Well, there you go, Terry.
Absolutely. Just let me know. But anyway, let's see what else we got going on here. Gary, you got any music coming up?
Oh, you know who else?
Wednesday night at Gillespie's.
Wednesday night at Gillespie's. You know who else is going to be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think. Oh my gosh, I remember the list. Who was on the list? A couple of really interesting.
So that would be the 2022 inductees.
Yeah, the 2022 inductees. Let's see who they are. I think I know.
Well, we got the nominations, not the. Okay. These are the nominations. Did they choose
you got them?
or are they
you
still
pulled them up?
These are the nominations. Eminem.
Eminem's getting in.
Now, do you agree with that? Because it's not really rock and roll.
It's not.
It is R&B and hip hop. It's not rock and roll.
Right. They should have an R&B rock and roll. They should have an R&B hip hop Hall of Fame.
They should.
That's not rock and roll.
They should. I mean,
but Eminem.
I like Eminem. Eminem.
He's a genius. He's great, man. He's good.
Freaking brilliant. He's also clean and sober, very supportive of recovery community. He's a fantastic guy.
Right, but he shouldn't get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before
No.
Grand Funk Railroad.
No, Judas Priest.
Okay,
yeah,
they're getting in.
We'll accept that. Pat Benatar, yes.
She's got in.
She abandoned opera for rock and roll. All that time that her parents paid for her opera lessons, and she says, "Yeah, I'm going to do rock and roll."
Hey,
I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, Terry says Monkeys. You know why the Monkeys can't get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Because they say that they weren't a real band.
That's right.
That is, excuse the expression, folks, that is fucked.
But that's like the Archies. The Archies weren't a real band. But the Monkeys
they only had one hit. You know, the Monkeys were big. The Monkeys were great. And they learned their third album, Headquarters, was them playing. It's bullshit. Anyway, what else? Continue.
Right. Okay, Rage Against the Machine. I'm
not familiar with them.
They were very important for a few years. They made some important moves in music. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. Here I have a problem, and a big problem. Dolly Parton.
Yeah,
Dolly Parton in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay.
Dolly Parton should be in the
first of all
Human Being Hall of Fame, but rock and roll, I'm sorry.
First of all, we've only got so much space. Everybody gets one bust. She would have to have two. Think about it.
Oh, I see where you went with that.
Yeah, so
I see. We lost some people on that one.
Let's see. So Dolly Parton. No, absolutely not. Duran Duran. Yes, I'd take that.
Duran Duran. They got a lot of hits, man. They were good.
I'll tell you what, 80s and beginning of the 90s, but mostly the 80s, they were the band.
They were
And,
great.
One of my favorite songs, Rio. I don't know why I love that song so much.
Hey, they got a lot of great ones.
MC5. I don't even know what MC5 is.
That's a hip hop band. They need to be
MC5.
Yep.
People, what is wrong with this picture?
Yeah. Why isn't Grand Funk in there? You know,
I mean, this is like
Iron Maiden.
This is crazy. All right, the New York Dolls.
They were
Punk rock kind of.
Well, they were trailblazers.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
They were.
I don't mind them because they did kind of lead the way in some ways.
They started glam rock.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. If it wasn't for New York Dolls, there wouldn't be David Bowie. There wouldn't be who else was big with
thank you, Therese.
David Johansen.
Therese is right with us. She says, I love Dolly, but agrees she's not rock and roll.
Yeah, and everybody loves Dolly, and Dolly deserves to be in the Smithsonian. She's a legend. She is an icon. She is wonderful. She's not rock and roll.
And Lance is upset. He said no Foreigner or REO Speedwagon.
No Foreigner or REO Speedwagon. Lance, I believe. I'm glad you chimed in.
I'm with you. I'm with you, brother, all the way.
Absolutely.
Okay. Kate Bush. Now, I love Kate Bush's voice.
Yeah.
But she did not do enough work, I don't think, that was rock and roll. She did like a song or two with Peter Gabriel that was brilliant. I love her voice, but I just didn't see her having a presence where she belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Right. And I don't think I think she was nominated, but I don't think she made it in this year.
Dionne Warwick. I'm sorry. Another one. Brilliant singer.
She's not
nothing to do with rock and roll. Nothing.
No. Well, you know something. She did have a bunch of commercial hits on rock and roll stations. Do You Know the Way to San Jose, Walk On By. These are songs that everybody knew.
That's true, but I still see that as more of a pop genre. It's not a rock genre.
Yeah, but back in those days, pop was rock.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, Beck. No problem.
Okay, Beck, yeah.
But I'm not sure why Beck would get in before Foreigner. Foreigner
had a
bigger impact on music than Beck did.
Foreigner was phenomenal.
Beck was a brilliant musician, but the impact was not as great as Foreigner and even REO Speedwagon. REO Speedwagon owned for 10 years. They owned their airwaves for rock.
Yep. The number one record in Can't Tune a Fish.
You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
Record that year. Yep.
Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, a couple more. Devo,
yeah, I could see it.
I don't, because we're talking like a 2-hit wonder. They had 2 hits.
Yeah, but they were groundbreaking.
Well,
they were groundbreaking. Def Leppard. Oh, Def Leppard is in. Ruth said Def Leppard. Def Leppard did get in.
They're already in.
They're already in.
Terry wants our thoughts on Barbra Streisand. Barbra Streisand to me was the greatest female voice of our generation. Right. It's actually probably before our generation, but one of the greatest female voices ever. Not rock and roll. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Fela Kuti.
Producer, right?
I have no idea who Fela Kuti is. Innovative music, revolutionary messages. I have no idea.
I think she got in, though.
I have no idea.
Who else?
Finally, last two. The Eurythmics.
Good band.
That's like right on the edge of rock, but it's right there. I like the Annie Lennox. I mean, her voice. Come on, right?
Yeah, and they had a great sound and a sound of their own, which is really what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is about, or should be about.
And the last one was Carly Simon.
Carly Simon, yeah. She's a survivor, man. She should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She had a lot of hits. She was a groundbreaker. If you would consider Sheryl Crow rock and roll, then Carly Simon is definitely.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They did a fan
Dion DiMucci is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was one of the first.
DiMucci? Okay.
Yeah.
They had fans vote, just so you know. And out of all those things I listed, number one was Duran Duran. Got the most fan votes.
Oh, good.
Like by far. Killed
Yeah.
it. Second was Eminem. Third was Pat
Eminem.
Benatar, and so on. Beck
Eminem.
off the list, not even on the list.
Yeah.
Fella Cuddy, whoever that is, Cutie, Dionne Warwick, all those guys way down the list. Yeah, the top ones were Duran Duran, Eminem, Pat Benatar, the Eurythmics, and Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
I know. I still don't.
Yeah.
What is this inclusion thing?
Yeah.
This is back to everybody gets a freaking trophy. No.
Yeah.
What this is like? Okay, this is like the New York Yankees and them putting them in the Football Hall of Fame.
Right.
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't even think about it, right?
Yeah, that's a good example.
But that's exactly what we're talking about because we're so in, everybody's got to be included in everything. No, if it's not your genre, that's a word, people. Look it up. Genre.
Well, it could also be a black thing, a white black thing. We need more black people voted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But you got the Temptations. I think they're already in.
Well, then should more white people be voted into Motown? It doesn't matter.
The Motown Hall of Fame, right?
Listen, if I don't care what color you are, if the band qualifies, it qualifies. If the song qualifies, it qualifies. Chuck Berry is rock and roll,
right?
Okay?
Chuck Berry is rock and roll. Thin Lizzy,
Darius Rucker until he lost his mind and started doing country.
Hootie and the Blowfish, they did an impact.
Yeah,
Boston, I don't think Boston is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Wow,
and they had.
We should do a show and talk about everybody who's not there and who should be there.
Yeah.
Because
Huey Lewis in the News. I don't know if Huey Lewis is in there or not. He might be. I'm not sure.
He was a brilliant singer. Huey Lewis. A lot of people don't know how good his voice really was.
Right, and
because a lot of songs did, "Hip to Be Square" and stuff like that. What is the one you used to sing?
The one that I sing now is Power of Love and "Hip to Be Square," which I hate.
Power of Love. I remember you doing that one. Debbie's saying it absolutely. Rock and roll should not include other genres. It's got nothing to do with the personalities or the sex or the orientation or the culture, the ethnic background of the people in the band or the singers. It's got to do with the music they put out. And country does not belong in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Country belongs in Country Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, and
the only time you get a problem is when you get that line between rock and pop, where sometimes it gets thin, like you said, because you go back a little ways, and they were so close. Rock and pop were almost like hand in hand,
right?
But beyond that,
B.J. Thomas had a lot of hits. Tom Jones, I don't know if Tom Jones is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but he put out a lot of rock and roll hits.
It's not unusual. He should make it for that song alone.
Right. She's a lady, man, a cooker, man.
Oh yeah, Tom Jones. I mean, he was rock and roll. He was one of the originals who used to have ladies throw their bras on stage when he performed. Seriously.
I mean, Elvis is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Of course, he was the king of rock and roll. But Tom Jones, he's outstanding. But you got Grand Funk Railroad that didn't make it in, Iron Maiden that didn't make it in. I don't know if Bad Company is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Is Metallica in there? I assume they are.
Metallica, Metallica is in there. Yeah.
Yes, they are. Miley Cyrus. No.
No.
Just because she sang on stage with White Wedding, with Billy Idol. She actually went on stage and did a live performance with Billy Idol. Doesn't make her rock and roll. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. I just don't see it. She's. I don't care how naked she gets. She's always going to be Hannah Montana. She can keep trying and swinging on wrecking balls. It ain't going to help. It ain't going to help.
Swinging on wrecking balls.
Yes.
I bet she's wrecked a lot of balls in her time.
Oh, really?
Hello, Diane. Diane's with us now. Paul Boyce is with us.
That joke is what we call going for the low-hanging fruit.
The cheap shot. Paul Boyce is with us.
Is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Tom Jones is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I could see where he should be.
Tom Jones is just sensational. He's just great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I'll give you a tough one for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Simon and Garfunkel.
They're in it.
Oh, but do they deserve to be in it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Okay. All right. So we just got to figure out this. We got to figure out this thing because if you look up, see, we don't have record stores anymore, so we don't know which genre people are in anymore.
If you had a lot, yeah, right. If you
used
had
to go
a
to Sam
lot
Goody's to find out where people belong.
I worked at Sam Goody's. You know that?
I'm sure you did.
I did work at Sam Goody's. If you were on a rock and roll station and had a lot of hits on a rock and roll station, which right now it's only classic rock. Rock and roll stations are now, it's just music nowadays. It's not really rock and roll, unless you count bands like Weezer is rock and roll, Green Day is rock and roll. Green Day, they got the Green Days in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before. I just have a problem with Grand Funk Railroad not being in.
Oh, don't. We gotta Air Supply.
I think they're in.
God, I hope not.
I do.
I bet you ABBA's in there too.
Yeah, ABBA. Yeah. But ABBA, I could see it, because they
Really?
they were a
Dancing
contemporary band that sold a lot on rock and roll radio. But
oh my God.
Air Supply, they also sell.
The only things that came out of that side of the world that were any good were Swedish Fish and Air Supply.
I like Swedish Fish. Yeah.
So do I. A lot more than I like Air Supply, I'll tell you that. Or ABBA or any of those. Anyway, hey, listen, what do you think it's what do you say we get to
Thank you, Paul. Yep. 2013 Air Supply. Genesis.
Air Supply.
Genesis has got to be in the Rock
They've
and Roll
got to
Hall
be
of
in
Fame.
there.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to have to pull up our list and follow this and talk about who's in there, who should be, and who shouldn't be.
Well, Paul is keeping us up quite well.
Air Supply was inducted. So Genesis, we assumed they were. And I believe Genesis was inducted with Peter Gabriel. And Peter Gabriel was inducted on his own, but I'm not positive.
Oh,
Who was inducted 3 times?
3 times was McCartney
No.
for Wings. Clapton.
There you go.
Clapton. But I think
Clapton.
McCartney was twice also for
Not for Wings, though.
Wings
For
was
Beatles
inducted?
I think it was for Beatles and then for solo, but I don't think Wings were inducted. We'll have to find
Wings
out.
should be.
But Eric Clapton was inducted on his own. He was inducted with Cream and inducted with Derek and the Dominos.
Yeah, he was. That's right.
And
Genesis was inducted in 2010.
Paul,
you are our about Soupy Sales. Yeah, for the mouse.
Soupy Sales?
For the mouse. Hey, Henry's with us.
Who?
Henry. Drummer. The excellent drummer. Moving to Port St. Lucie for some strange reason.
Donna Summers.
Donna Summers. Is Donna Summers in the Rock and Roll? Yes, she is. Donna Summers is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
For what song? Bad Girls?
She got Bad Girls, Hot Stuff, I Feel Love. She works hard for the money. She had a lot of them.
God.
She did. She had Donna Summers. She had a lot of them. Casey and the Sunshine Band. I think they are in. If they're not, Casey and the Sunshine Band should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
See, no, now that's again. Now we've got to start drawing lines.
It was a form of rock and roll.
Disco's a form of rock and roll?
It was played on rock and roll stations.
Well, then you could say that disco and hip hop are closely related.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Oh, wait, here's one. Here's one.
Disco people sang.
Weird Al. Do you think Weird Al should make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? He's covered every genre.
Weird Al. You know something? He should have an honorary membership.
He should. He should have an honorary membership, although they should name him something other than what he is, like he does with all his songs. Um, so instead of Weird Al, it would be like Odd Sal.
Al Yankovic.
Casey's coming to Kings
put him
Point. Oh, great. Casey's coming back around. I'd love to go see him again. I saw him a while back. Of course, back then, KC he put on some weight, so they actually billed him as KFC in the Sunshine Band. But he's doing better now. So, all right.
Had some friends in that band.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah. Maria is one of the background singers. Maria from Mr. Nice Guy.
No kidding.
And then the late, great Jeffrey was in the can't even talk about it. They bring tears to my eyes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, listen, I think it's time we get to some curiosities because we're running out of time. What do you think?
Curiosities. Yeah, what do you think? Curiosities.
I think it's time. Let's do some Scott's Curiosities.
Just to skip the subject again, Tommy said that Pete Rose should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and I kind of agree with that. Also, there's a lot of people don't want him.
See, now that's a whole different argument. That's just about what's the guy's name? The commissioner of baseball. He got all butthurt over the whole thing, and he became very personal.
Yeah. So let's put Pete Rose in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Let's put him in there. Why not?
He deserves to be in there, just like LL Cool J.
I'll take LL Cool J over Dolly Parton. All right.
I don't know if Meatloaf was in there or not. So let's talk curiosity.
Scott's Curiosities. I got to tell you, the other day I was opening a Get Well card, and I actually got a paper cut on it. And I thought, well, that's appropriate. I couldn't
Did it
sleep
get better?
Night.
Did it get better?
Yeah, it gets better. I couldn't sleep the other night.
No. Did
the paper cut got better? Yeah, because somebody wanted me to be well.
Then the card was appropriate.
Yes, absolutely. I was wondering because I was looking and I had some sleeping pills and I was looking at them and there was a warning on there that may cause drowsiness. I'm like, shouldn't that be like on the front label and not on the warning? Shouldn't that be like, hey, this is what we do? They'd be like, hey, don't take these. They might make you go to sleep. Freaking stupid. People are stupid.
They got it. Yeah. Diane just said Jeffrey Reeves. I know it's Jeffrey Reeves. It's really hard to even.
All right. Meatloaf, Hall of Fame or not? Yes, absolutely. Yes, Bat Out of Hell album alone gets him in the Hall of Fame, I think.
You say Jeffrey Reeves, he should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
There we go.
Yeah, I gotta.
All right. Okay. Back to the curiosities. I was sitting around the other day and I was looking at a map and I thought, whatever happened to Old Zealand? I'm just curious. I mean, nobody ever talks about it. I mean, it must have been bad because it's not in the history books. No, you look up Old Zealand, it's nowhere.
No, I mean, why is New Zealand always New Zealand? I mean, how long is the warranty?
Yeah, really. When does it become Old Zealand? Let's just go with Zealand.
When does it just become Zealand? When does New York just become York?
I'm just waiting for New and improved York.
New and improved Jersey.
New
Hampshire. When is it going to be just Hampshire?
I wonder if chickens look at us and say, I wonder what they taste like.
What if chickens look at us?
Chickens look at people and say, I wonder what they taste like. Because we say everything tastes like chickens, and I'm wondering if they're, well, this tastes like people. I just don't know.
They say that to each other when they're having chicken feed. They go, tastes just like. What's that chicken taste? What's that feed taste like? It says it tastes like people.
Tastes like.
Well, that's because chickens aren't masochists and they don't eat people. We eat chickens.
All right.
Spoken like a true steak potato man. All right.
Why do they call it life insurance when you use it when you die? Shouldn't it be called death insurance? Life insurance.
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be.
It's like talk about false advertising. Well, look at this. I have life. No, you don't.
And you got to pay for it.
You're buying death. If you're really nice to a cow, you got to be careful. You can get spoiled milk. All right. Moving on.
Or what if you treat a cow really good? You treat a cow extra special,
Oh, what do you get?
and you
Sweet cream?
spoil the cow.
You spoil the cow. There you go.
Will you get spoiled
You
milk?
get spoiled milk.
I like sweet cream better though.
Sweet cream.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Do you realize women's prisons are are called penal colonies?
What's that?
Why are women's prisons called penal colonies? I can understand a men's prison. Women's prison probably needs a different name, don't you think?
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
A venal.
does it even make sense to go to a self-help group? How much sense does that make? If you're going to do self-help, what's the group for?
To teach
Wow,
yourself.
he just totally. I thought your screen froze for.
No, that makes sense. You know, it's teaching you self-help. It's teaching
Jill,
you
sure.
how to do that. Jill, you're late again.
She was working out with Michael.
Okay.
Jill, you have to go back and watch the show later because we were arguing about people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You probably would have loved it because we were just really getting down on people and,
That aren't.
that should not
talking
be.
about people that should not be and people that
people
should
that
be.
aren't. Hey,
you'll love this show.
if you decide to be born again, do you end up with 2 belly buttons? Okay. I don't know. I've never asked to look at one.
Well, how come when you become born again, you're not smacked in the ass?
You should be. You should have to go through the whole thing. You should be dipped in 40 weight oil, shoved through an inner tube, and then slapped on the ass. You should have the whole experience.
Yes, right.
Anyway,
By the way, Jill, it doesn't matter that you're late. At least you joined us. Thank you.
we love you, Jill.
Hello, Michael.
We do. Going back to the penal colony, Terry says, have you seen some of the female prisoners, Scott? Nice. Very nice. Oh, boy. I will never order and never even think about getting anything called shaved ice. How much hair was on the freaking thing? That's what I want to know.
A little
very
play
bad.
on words there, huh?
Okay. And, finally, I mean, two last things. And these are just 2 things I find highly inappropriate. Highly inappropriate. One is having a seafood restaurant at SeaWorld. I just think it's highly inappropriate. It's like, hey, kids, let's watch Shamu. Now let's go eat his brother.
Is there a seafood restaurant at
Yes,
SeaWorld?
there is.
Oh, my.
Yes, you eat seafood at SeaWorld. Look, kids, look at the dolphins. Look how smart they are. You want to know what they taste like?
Wow, there is. Wow.
It is just wrong. And I just, I had to think the other day, it's either highly appropriate or highly inappropriate that people hang a picture of Jesus up with a nail. It's either highly appropriate or highly inappropriate. I just haven't figured out which one yet.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Is that wrong? I'm asking.
If I ever thought that we were going to get letters or emails, this is the time.
This is the one.
This is the one.
All the shit that I've said.
No, just that last one.
Just that one.
Just that last one.
But now you're thinking about it, aren't you? And everyone, next time you're pounded, oh shit, I don't know. Shouldn't I? Maybe I should use like one of those Velcro hangers. It just doesn't. It's either really appropriate or really inappropriate. I just can't figure out which one.
I say if you got a picture of Jesus, just put it on a shelf and lean it up against the wall.
Jill's like, she didn't even want to comment.
Yeah, right.
Oh, listen, just commenting doesn't mean you're going to go to hell with me. It's all right. It's all good.
That's right. And please join us again next week or in 2 weeks.
Yes. Matter of fact, we will be back on the 23rd in 2 weeks.
Right. And if you guys tell people, I mean, if this starts to build, we're trying to get this to build. If it starts to build, we'll do it every week,
That's expanding.
But so far we feel unappreciated except for the wonderful 12 that are listening right now.
And we will be doing shows in the
And the
studio
wonderful
together.
people
Just there's times when we end up with certain days when it's easier to do our home studios, which we got to work on a backdrop for you. So
I got my guitars. My
You should
guitars.
have those.
Look,
You should.
I have
move
my
your-
guitars.
You got to
Wait,
move
hold
like
on.
a little table over there.
Hold on.
Oh, he's gonna walk. Okay.
I should have did this earlier.
Okay, go ahead. We're all just gonna wait while Gary walks around. There, see?
See, now I got all my guitar, a lot of my guitars up there. I have a picture of my family, and right over here,
Yeah.
right over
Yeah.
here, that's a picture of Tammy, right there.
Yeah.
I got to do everything opposite. That's me, and that is Denver,
Ah.
right there. So I got that, and then there's another picture of a guitar, and yeah, I think that's a lovely backdrop right there.
So the news I want to tell everybody, I got a new grandchild.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, tell everybody
I got
about
a
that right
new
now.
grandchild. I've got my granddaughter Hazel, and I've got my grandson who was born last week, Jake. And
Yay.
Jake at
Yay.
6
Isn't that
days
great?
old.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello. Okay.
There we go. Perfect. Don't touch anything. Jake at 6 days old. There's a picture of him doing this with his fist in the air, wearing a Rolling Stones sweatshirt. At 6 days old. I could not be more proud.
Rock on.
What? You guys are so young. So young.
Yeah, well, Tammy,
okay. Yeah.
Scott had his first child at 13.
I hit. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So anyway, I had, yeah, absolutely. I had, so I got 2 grandchildren. I'm going to be going up to see them in a couple of weeks. And my son's going to be coming up from New Orleans, and my daughter's going to be coming over from Pennsylvania. And we're all going to get together, and we're going to celebrate my youngest daughter's wedding, my oldest daughter's second baby, and just celebrate our family being together. So I'm really looking forward to that. Very happy to see everybody very soon. So, but I love being here with you guys, but this is the end of our show. We've come to the end.
Well, thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, David. Thank you,
Therese and
Terry,
Sandy and Karen
Therese.
and Paul and
Paul we're going through it. Of course,
D and Lance. D and Lance.
Lance,
Enrique,
it's so nice to see your names up there.
and Enrique
Absolutely.
and Catherine and everybody. You guys, all of you, thank you so much for joining us today. You guys are such a blast. And please share that.
Tell people.
Tell people about it. Share with your friends.
Tommy and Natalie.
Absolutely.
They're with us every week.
Good night, John Boy. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like we're ending the Waltons. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Mary Ellen, Sue, Petty, Jimmy, Bob.
Actually, it's like Soupy Sales, you know?
Soupy. Don't talk about Soupy Sales.
Soupy Sales used to do that. He used to say goodbye to. Oh, did you?
I met Soupy Sales. He was doing a party in the neighborhood I lived in.
Was he nice?
Yeah, he seemed that way. He was really, really calm when they took him away in those cuffs. Let's see. Gary, how's your Butterflies stage show?
Your Butterflies stage show.
Don't
you
know.
got me on that.
Don't know. We'll have to answer that next time. Any final thoughts, Gary? How about Wolfpack? You got any gigs coming up soon?
All right, let's take a look. Tammy's not here. I can't tell you. Wolfpack is going to be in Loxahatchee on the 21st. Wolfpack will be at the Hard Rock on the 18th of June. On the 25th of June, they will be at Galuppi's.
Ooh, that'll be a good night.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Why is Alexa talking to you?
I don't know. But no, we don't have. There's not too many gigs happening. The Long Run is playing like crazy.
All right.
But
well,
yeah, we don't have that many gigs coming up. So catch us while you can.
I just want to remind everybody to keep your eye out because very soon you'll see as I'm going through some of the artwork. SoberLifeArt.com will be launched very soon, and we will be selling artwork and paintings. Some of the ones you see here
What
are
was the
going up
last
for
one
sale.
you just did? What was the one you just did?
This one, it's Willie Nelson.
That's
So that's you, Gary.
yes.
This
No,
is the
you-
last completed one. I've got a John Lennon that I just finished, but
Oh, I
I don't
wanna
have
see
a
it.
picture of it yet.
Oh, I want to see. Can't you get it right now?
And I got a Marilyn
Come on,
Monroe
you're
that I
home.
don't
Can't you show it?
I don't want to show it yet. It's not quite complete. But I'll show the Marilyn. Hold on.
Okay.
Talk, Gary.
I was I don't I wish I could. I want to
Okay.
all right, Scott.
So this is
You
the
don't know
latest-
what I did.
This is the latest Marilyn.
I was very nervous
So,
the whole
as
time
you
that
can
you were
see-
gone. Oh, Terry's Jill says that we're better than the Smothers Brothers, and just to let you know,
And we don't even have
I
pumas in the crevices.
Scott and I know Smothers Brothers routines.
Yes, we do.
We do. We
One day we'll
absolutely
have to
do.
just do a complete routine. But
Yeah,
anyway,
on one pod show. There it is, Marilyn Monroe,
that's
folks.
Marilyn, and she'll be for sale. And right now, this is in progress. It is not complete, but
Oh, look at that! Oh, you showed it. You showed it before,
And
you
it's
got
not
it done.
complete
That's
yet.
very nice. That looks complete to me. It looks really cool.
it's still got some work to be done on it.
Wow, I love it. I love it.
So we'll
I
be
do,
selling
I love
sober life art. We'll be selling, and we're about utilizing art and different things to celebrate recovery, and as a form of therapy for people with mental health disorders and things. And we want to make sure. Thank you, Tammy. Appreciate it. We want to make sure that that we get people a certain outlet so that they can sell their stuff. Yeah, everybody's saying.
Edie, we'll Edie, if you could send us some of the pictures of the stuff that you have been creating, we'd love to show it on the podcast.
I know,
But we
Edie,
would love to get more people on this podcast. Tell
absolutely.
people.
Absolutely. And
Share
if
it.
anybody would like to be a guest and join us, please let us know. You can get a hold of Gary or get a hold of me, email us or reach out to us on Facebook. Let us know you want to be a guest on the next show, and we'll send you a link and you can come in. It'll be very, very simple. And hey, if we can figure it out, you can figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, Gary,
Yeah.
I think it's time for us to wrap it up. There's so many extra comments, but thank you so much,
Thank you
everybody
for-
out there. This has been a great show. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Gary, any final thoughts?
No, I said all my final thoughts while you were gone.
Okay. Well, then I will end with this: is that remember that if somebody out there is having a problem, it's not okay for us to ignore it and to think that they're just going to get better on their own. It's not waiting until they hit bottom, because bottom is death. It's about getting help for them today. So make sure if somebody that you know is having a problem, you reach out and help them today. With that, I want to thank everybody for joining us. I'm Scott.
I'm Gary. Listen, just want to say this: don't feel like you're snitching on somebody, or that you're letting somebody down, who trusts you. If they trust you, then they trust you with their lives, and this could be their life.
If you love somebody, love them enough for them to hate you for a little while, if it means saving their life.
Just for a little while. It'll go away.
Just for a little while. All right. Speaking of love, we love all of you guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time right here on Live Out Loud Podcast.
Be nice to people.